Hey everybody, it is Jenny-Lynne Games here, and today I have a very, very, very special video for you.
That's right, she's enlisted the help of me, Stumpy, to show you all how to create some Minecraft characters throughout anywhere that you... Okay, it's not Stampy, it's some other guy, but what we're going to be doing anyway is creating something like this here. So we've posted this to our channel, Minecraft the Movie 2014. And you can see we got Minecraft characters everywhere just kind of running about. And this is the scene we're going to do, not this one. Maybe we'll do this one another time, but one sec. This one coming up here. We're going to have a Minecraft guy walking out the door here. And we're going to show you how to add a little bit of Minecraft to your world, whether you want to have a Minecraft guy walk you down the aisle at your wedding, or you're making the latest action thriller. Either way, the technique's more or less the same. And this is just a simple way that we're going to do. So let's just get started. What we're going to need is Adobe After Effects, which is this program here you're looking at. And what I've done with this video is I've used stock footage, which I found on Video Blocks. Now you need a membership for that, and it costs money. So you can just film it yourself, ideally. I did this because I just wanted to do a quick demo. And yeah, that's why I used that. But you can use any footage you like. You can find the Minecraft models on TurboSquid. There's a bunch of free ones, and there's some free packs out there. I'll make sure we have a link in the description below so you guys can check that out, and I give credit to the guys that I borrowed the models to do that video from. And another thing you're going to need is a plugin from Video Copilot called Element 3D. So that is what lets you use 3D video inside of After Effects. Now there's other ways you could have done this using Cinema 4D and other 3D programs, but this one here seems simple, and Element 3D suits our needs for this, I'm pretty sure, better than anything. So here's what we're going to do. So first we have in our project tab on the left all of our assets, which is pretty well just our video. So I'm going to put the video, drag it down into this little icon here, which is a new composition. It'll make a new composition within After Effects that matches the size of our video. Now we can kind of scrub through it here at the bottom. I've got the resolution set to half just so it doesn't get too slow. You can see it's pixelated. And once you stop it, it kind of renders a little bit better. So we got a guy walking out there, and we're going to make it so a Minecraft guy follows him. So what we're going to need to do here is go to Layer at the top, New, Solid, hit OK, and you'll have a big blank square around. That's OK. Next we'll go to Effect, Video Copilot, Element. Now we need to set up our 3D scene here. So we'll hit Scene Setup in the left pan there, and you can see I have a bunch of Minecraft characters all kind of pre-made here. You have to kind of do that. What you have to do is click on Import, find your Cinema 4D file, and you have to just kind of add the textures into these channels here, which I'm not going to get into right now. Maybe another tutorial. There's a few out there. If you check out Video Copilot's website, Andrew Kramer has a ton of awesome tutorials on how to do that. But you want to kind of set all your presets here so you can just kind of go in and drop them as you go. So here's our little cow. We can put the environment on by checking this box, and you kind of see what he looks like in the little world. You can zoom out, and you can change the lighting a little bit if you want a nice dramatic cow. We can go to dramatic lighting. Oh, that's a scary cow now. Okay. That
doesn't look like a scary cow.
I think it looks scary. I'm freaked out.
How does that look scary?
Trust me, it's scary.
It's not scary.
We've got some trees here too.
That doesn't look like a Minecraft tree at all.
It's a scary tree. It's got dramatic lights on it.
It's not scary.
I didn't really map the textures right. I know there is like a leafy one. I mean, I didn't get too carried away. I just kind of did this pretty quick. But if you want to spend the time getting these leaves 100% right to spec, you can do that. It's just going to take up a lot of time. We got a cat. So all kinds of things we can do.
It's called an ocelot.
Well, it looks like a cat to me. So
it is a cat, but it's a cat that comes in the jungle. It's called an ocelot. He doesn't know anything about Minecraft. I'm just telling him what.
I'm a Minecraft expert. I'll have you know. I know everything there is to know about Minecraft.
By the way,
why is this zombie? I got this zombie and his head's. Is that how they are in the game?
No.
Okay, that's kind of
weird. And his arms are usually out.
Okay, but I got Zombie 2. So we're going to use Zombie 2 to walk out the door. And we can actually change him after. So we're just going to... We got Zombie 2 loaded. We'll click OK. And you can see we got a little zombie here. Now, I'll show you real quick too. In the scene setup, we have him mapped on channel 1. If you want to use multiple models, It's more for when you're doing some animation. Now, this program isn't great for doing animation, like if you have to do hard hitting, moving his arms and legs and stuff. You want to use a program like Cinema 4D, which I can show you another time. But for now, we got our little monster here, and I think it's well suited because he's just going to kind of vibrate around to move. And I think it's sort of what they do in the game.
No.
Whatever, I think it is.
It's close, but no.
Alright, so we go into group 1 here, particle replicator. Go down to rotation, and let's kind of spin him around. You can see it's a little bit slow here. The screen recorder doesn't help. So there you can see you can spin them around any way you want. Let me just check my comp settings and make sure that we have it set to ray tracing. Ray trace 3D. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let's position him now. So we'll rotate him the other way, so he's kind of facing out the door. All right, beautiful. And we'll just kind of click and drag him a little bit around too. So he's going to kind of start back there, and let's just move ahead to where we want him to actually come out the door. So we got these people walking out first, and he's going to come in around that point. So what we're going to do is take this bar here where we have our dark gray solid, which is actually our guy, our Minecraft guy, and we'll just make it start there. So if you go over here, he's going to disappear. So now that he's there, we're going to animate him. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first is put this scene back in place. So what I'm going to do is take my hospital footage here. I'm going to hit Control D with it highlighted. That duplicates it. Now it works as a layered structure, similar to Photoshop if you've ever used that. So I'll click and drag this layer on top of my gray solid. So now you can see it disappears completely. So what we're going to do is mask out this door. So the only thing on top of this layer is going to be this side of the door, and that's going to kind of hide him, so you only see the parts of him exiting the hospital. So I'm going to use my pen tool at the top here, and I'm going to mask out the door real quick. 1, 2, 3 points here. Go here. Actually, I'm going to bring it over a little bit because he's going to be kind of over there anyway. So here we go. We've masked out our door. You can see his arm comes back there. I'm going to switch back to our selection tool, and now we can let the animation begin. So let me just go back to here, back into our 3D comp, the dark solid, and I'm going to go to position. And I'm going to click the stopwatch on position XY, position Z, and Y rotation. So what that does is enables what's called automatic keyframing. So when I move this timeline down towards the end where I want him to come out, if I move him, if I change any of those values, what it's going to do, it's going to automatically calculate in between the first frame where I click the stopwatch and the frame that I'm at now. So it'll do all the calculations for me. So let's go ahead and drag him back out to about where we want him. So that might be a bit fast. So we'll see what that looks like. So now we'll play through it and just see kind of what it looks like here. So
it looks like a little zombie, like a zombie kid, but not that
He looks
small.
too small, you think? Okay. So he looks like a zombie kid. So anyway, he comes out the door here, and it's
shrinks.
running a little slow because of the screen recorder. All right, so
It looks like he shrinks.
you think he looks like he shrinks?
Yeah. Looks like he shrinks.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll change the Z position on him too. That should kind of compensate for that. So yeah, we got a stopwatch there, and when we get to here, we'll wrong way. So we'll make some minor adjustments here. Now what I'm going to do is open up this panel, these tabs here, and it'll let me kind of move the keyframes around. So I'm going to keep opening up all these tabs until I find the ones I want. So group 1, particle replicator, and you can see these are my actual keyframe positions. So I can kind of move them out about, delete them, readjust them if I want. because every time you make an adjustment now, it's going to save it. And if you save it in the wrong spot, it can kind of make things go a little bit wonky. So we'll go back to the position here. So we saved at the right keyframe, and we'll adjust him. So now he comes out in Z space. He might be too big now. All right. So let's just play that through.
I thought you knew how to do this.
It's kind of trial and error sometimes. He gets big, I like that. So, I mean, you can spend time refining it till you get exactly what you want. The doors are moving, so he's going to have to come out a little bit quicker. Now, we can follow the doors, but it wouldn't make much sense for him to come out while the doors are closing. So, I'm going to highlight all of these keyframes, and I'm going to move them over a bit so it starts to play before the doors close. So he's a little big.
He looks huge. He looks too big for that door.
All right. Well, let's go to Z position and we'll adjust it a little bit more. All right. He's about the same size as that person there, so that looks good. All right. Here we go. I think that looks good now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to hit spacebar and I'll kind of play it through really choppily because we have to wait till it's all rendered out. We can do a RAM preview, but we're not going to bother right now. And this gives me a general idea of what it's looking like, just hitting spacebar. And you can see the green bar means that it's catching it to the hard drive. So now if I play it through again, it'll go quicker. Watch. Okay, so that looks pretty good, I think. Now what we need to do is give him some wiggling because you know, these guys don't just move in a straight line, they kind of move all the way around. So what we're going to do is highlight these two keyframes here by clicking and dragging. We're going to go to Window, Wiggler. Now right here you can see in the right pane the Wiggler toolbar is opened up, and what we're going to do is adjust some of these settings, the frequency and magnitude. I'm going to put the frequency around 28, the magnitude around, let's say 9. Okay, so then we're going to hit apply, and you'll see these keyframes. It automatically fills in a bunch of different positions for these keyframes in between. So now if we play it through, he's going to sort of wiggle about and kind of do a little dance on the way, you can see. And I mean, you can tweak those until they're exactly to your liking. As long as he's moving a little bit, I think I'm pretty happy with it. So let's see what that looks like. We'll play it back again. Okay, so he's kind of dancing. There you go. So we got him walking out. It looks good. And you can see that the door is masked off there, so he doesn't show until he's past the door, or it looks that way. And when he gets out, we can do something else. Maybe we can maybe have him rotate and walk off the screen. So let's do that real quick. So what I'm going to do is go to my rotation on the left here, open that pan up so I can see the keyframes. So here's my rotation keyframe, and I'm going to add another keyframe right at the end of his move by clicking on the far left button, add a keyframe. So then we move it ahead a little bit and we'll spin them. We can do it all from the bottom or the top left. It doesn't really matter. I like using the timeline at the bottom because you can see where the keyframes are all being positioned. Alright, so he's spinning the wrong way. So let's spin him this way. And then we'll move it ahead a little bit and we'll bring him forward in Z space. Oh, that's backwards. I always confuse them. And we'll move the position a little bit as well. You can just click and drag him around if you want by clicking on the little red arrow thing.
He looks like he's coming to attack you.
Okay, so now here's the problem. We have that door is masked off and you can see the doors on top of him. So what we're going to do is, well, let's just get the positioning right first.
Looks like he's coming towards you.
Alright. We're not going to spend too much more time on this. We'll give him give him the wiggle back so he wiggles towards it still. So we'll click those keyframes again and hit apply. So he wiggles back up towards there. He's probably going to be a bit fast, but he turns into a fast-moving zombie like World War Z all of a sudden. That'll be his story. So here's what we can do. So once he gets outside of the door, we don't really need that door masked off. So the top layer here is where we have our door masked off, and a quick fix will be to just click this bar here and we'll bring it back towards here, and now as soon as it exits that frame, that disappears, and now he's going to be in front of the door when he comes. And I'm a zombie. And what we can do now is also add some other little elements to the scene if we want, such as so we can go to layer, new, solid, and then we go effect, video Copilot, element, scene setup, and maybe we can add a horse. I guess everybody likes horses.
Looks more like a donkey to me.
Donkey horse. Oh yeah, it is a donkey. Well, no, I think it is a horse, but I call it a donkey. Because donkeys are more funny because they make that sound. Horses just kind of, they're boring. Okay, Y rotation. We're going to spin him around here, just kind of like we did with the other guy. And we're just going to position him. We'll just drag him over to the ground here. And we're going to have a donkey just kind of sitting over here, just kind of looking around.
Isn't that what you did with the ocelot in the trailer?
Maybe. Alright, so let's see how our layers line up here. So he's on top of the zombie, so that means if we get over here and the zombie's in front of him, he's actually behind him. So what we're going to do is move this down below our zombie, and then bam, the donkey's behind him. So you can kind of play with the layers however you like. This might create some problems in our mask here. Yes, as I thought it would. So we're going to adjust our mask by clicking on the hospital layer again, and we're going to mask out our donkey. So I'm going to use the pen tool to add a few more points here. Just click on the line, and then I'll go to the selection tool, and you have to kind of click off the layer, click back on, and it'll give you these points that you can move around a bit easier. Now we'll just do this, bring our donkey back into the world.
Donkey's head. The donkey's head.
Step into the world, donkeys are going free. Okay, there he is. Let's go back a little bit to make sure that that our zombie, because if our zombie was way over here and in the behind this, sorry, if our zombie was behind the donkey here, we would see him because it's not masked off anymore. So we had to make sure that he doesn't actually start from way back there. Okay, so this isn't looking right because he's in view there. So what we're going to do is drag it out a little bit. We'll go back here, and we're going to just move him back a little bit. So we're going to just go position and just drag him so he starts from behind the door, so you can't actually see him. So it looks like he's walking. Alright, so there we go. So now if we play this, here's what we have. We have our donkey, and of course it's not playing at proper speed because it takes a while to render. We have to put this video together at the end by rendering. What were you showing me? Who's following you on Twitter now? Who? Jenny-Lynne's excited. She just started Twitter. Oh, VC Turtle Gaming. Who is that exactly?
No idea.
Okay, well, follower's a follower. Okay, so there we go. So this is a pretty basic little animation. We got our guy. And there he is, okay? So now some things that you can do to make this more realistic is use a higher quality model, I guess, would be one thing. But you can create some shadows along the bottom so you can see on the ground. There's some shadows underneath the hospital, so there will be some shadows when he walks out, and you can do that in Element by creating a shadow layer, but we're not going to do that. It's Minecraft. We're not looking to really make it that realistic because they're blocks. I mean, they don't need to be that realistic. And I guess that's it. So to render this out, what you would do is you'd go to the top here, Composition, Add to Render Queue, and here we go. So what I usually do is I will click on the output module where it says lossless, and it's usually set to AVI. I'll change it to QuickTime and go to Format Options, change it to Photo JPEG. Now it's a lossy codec, which means that it doesn't actually render at maximum quality because it's a compressed codec, but it's usually good enough for what I do, and you know, I'm not looking to put this on the big screen anytime soon. Where am I? And one other thing you want to do is make sure that motion blur is turned on. What happened to it? Number 3. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what you can do right here in the timeline, there's this little thing that looks like 3 circles called motion blur. So on your element layers, the solid layers that we picked, you turn that on, and what that will do is make it so with his motion it will automatically calculate the blur that you would get from natural video. It's not going to really make a difference when he's walking. There'll be a bit of blur, but if you're doing a scene like let's see, the donkey running, let's go to the donkey running. Where is that? Somewhere around there. That's when it's going to make a bigger difference because you want that natural blur. Here it comes. You see the donkey kind of blurs as he comes, so it calculates how fast he's moving and it'll blur it accordingly. It will look kind of unnatural if you try to do it without motion blur. So that's pretty important to make sure that's turned on. So I guess that's going to be it for this one. Thanks everybody for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Jenny-Lynne, and you can follow me on Twitter at JimOForLife if you have any questions. And Jenny-Lynne, what would you like to add?
Follow me on Twitter too. I just got it.
What's your handle there on Twitter? Your username? You don't remember?
No.
Okay, so follow Jenny-Lynne at Jenny-Lynne, no, at Jenny_games with an S.
Wasn't it Jenny Craft?
Oh, Jenny Craft.
Yeah, Jenny_Craft.
There we go, Jenny_Craft. She does know after all. I knew she had it in her. So thanks everyone for watching, and I guess we will see you next time.